How can you grow and scale your consulting business without having to hire and bring on a lot of additional people? One of the best ways right now to do this is to leverage AI. And it's not that AI hasn't been around for a long time. In fact, it has. Some people have been spending years working in AI, but today it's more accessible than it's ever been before. And so I'm going to share with you 7 specific actions, steps, and ways to use AI inside of your consulting business to help you to grow it, to scale it, again, without having to hire a lot of additional people. So number 1, make it non-negotiable, to make it a requirement that everybody on your team uses AI. And not only uses AI lightly, but in fact, you should encourage, and I'll say respectfully, that I suggest that you encourage, and I go as far as saying that you require everyone on your team to study, to learn about, to work on developing their skills so that they can use AI, not just at surface level, right? Not just asking a basic question and waiting for a basic response, but how to really get the most out of AI, how to use it strategically. Because when you do that, and then when everybody in your team does that, the output and what your team will get, or what the whole company will get out of it, is going to be significantly greater than just 1 or 2 people using it well on your team and others not really understanding how to use it. So this is the foundation, because everything else I'm going to share with you here today requires knowledge around AI. So number 1 is that requirement, the non-negotiable, that every single person on your team, it doesn't matter what area of consulting you work in, doesn't matter what you do or where you are in the world or how big your team is, everybody should be on AI, using some AI tools or multiple AI tools, and there should be some training and support that you or your company provide to your team, and encouragement for everybody to really dig in and use it effectively. Number 2 is for you to use AI in delivery. There are always documents, materials that you use in your engagements with clients. Most of these, if not all of these, can be developed or repurposed as templates that is put into AI. And rather than you having to recreate something new every time for clients, you can take, for example, a document. You can then have AI help you to customize it for that client. So for example, let's say you maybe created some kind of a presentation that you typically take clients through. And in the past, you had to get a team member to create that and to update it and to customize it. Well, instead of going on and saying, we want to be able to work with 5 additional clients per year or 10 additional clients per year, and that means that I would need to go out and hire somebody else to manage that capacity. You can now have the one person that's been doing this for you just leverage AI and do it in a fraction of the time. And so you now save yourself having to go and hire a full-time person or an additional team member or even a contractor, because you're getting your current team to be able to do a lot more by using AI, because AI could take that presentation and it could customize it given the variables that you provided. We've done some stuff recently where we've had assessments for clients, and we've used AI to create very custom assessments and then to draw some analysis or to do analysis of the responses and then develop reports around that are then customized and then used to work with clients. And they're loving it, right? So these are examples of things that in the past would have required a lot more, kind of human time and involvement. But now every individual person can get a lot more done by thinking about how do we take what we're already doing with clients, leverage AI to make it more efficient or to be more efficient and to be more effective. That's very, very powerful. Now, another step that you should really consider here, if you want to grow your business without having to hire more people. So number 3 is going from custom projects to productization, being able to repeat or to standardize and to do much of the same for your clients, because you're going from a custom project where you might be doing a lot of different things for a lot of different people, right? And it's always changing, to saying, here's the problem that we're world-class at solving. Here's our proven process or approach that we take clients through to get the result that they want and to solve the problem that they have. Now, the amount of things that you change to work with those clients or to serve those clients or to get them the result is significantly reduced compared to a custom project. And so because it is now standardized, it means that you can be much more efficient. It means that you don't need to go out and hire a lot of additional people to manage the growth. You can leverage automations, technology, right? AI with that, because that is much easier for you to manage as opposed to things that are done custom. So this is a shift in your business model potentially, right? Or in your delivery model of going from custom to productized. But if you want to be able to grow your business and enjoy right, the benefits that come with that without having to hire a lot of additional people and without having to increase your costs and expenses and kind of depress your margin. This is where productization can really come in. Now, number 4, let's talk about content creation, because content is a big part of marketing for any consultant or consulting firm out there. Luckily, now with AI, you can and should be using AI to help you in the development of your content. Now, I want to make a very clear kind of distinction here. I'm not suggesting that you use AI to create all of your content for you and that's it. Meaning that I'm not saying you just put a couple things into AI, it gives you your article or your LinkedIn post and you just post it without even thinking about it or looking at it or editing it. No. If everyone does that, then your content will end up being very similar to everybody else's content. The opportunity is to use AI strategically and thoughtfully. And that might be to help you to come up with different topic ideas. Maybe it's to help you to draft something. Maybe it's to help you to edit a piece of content. Maybe it's to take a report and to create 5 different LinkedIn posts from that report. Repurposing, leverage, getting a lot more out of one thing is what AI is really good at. There's many use cases for AI in relation to content, but it shouldn't replace or take away your voice. It shouldn't take away your soul or your expertise and your insights and your perspectives and your opinions. That should still be inside of your content. So you still want to have your personal stamp on it, but it can certainly save you a heck of a lot of time. And if you want to create a lot more content or amplify that content or promote that content or just kind of increase that whole area or the output from that area, AI is fantastic at that. Whereas previously, right, a couple of years ago, you would have generally thought, yeah, if we want to get a lot more done with content, we're going to need to hire more people to create that content for us. And that's no longer the case. Let's talk about number 5, which is proposals. Some consultants, depending on your industry and the type of work that you do, can spend hours and hours or days and days getting proposals ready. Well, with AI, you can now save a heck of a lot of time by taking your templates for your proposals and uploading them, right? Saving them into your whatever AI you're using, taking the variables or the custom information about that project and having AI work that in for you. Again, same as the previous point. This is not about just kind of automating that and you not being involved in that process and just developing a proposal and being done. You still want to make sure that the proposal is going to be high impact, that it's going to be effective. This is about using AI again strategically and thoughtfully in terms of where you use it in the proposal process. But we've seen with several clients that we've helped with this, where they maybe used to spend a day getting a proposal ready, and that proposal in their specific industry, right, may have included multiple pages, a lot of different content they were thinking about. How do we position the ROI or the value, so on and so forth. And now by knowing what to say and how to say it and how to get the most out of AI, they're able to be kind of start to finish within an hour or less. And that includes them taking the time to review it. Very, very powerful to increase your efficiency, and efficiency is often kind of what leads to increased profitability. So this is a great business use for you as well, and in addition to time saving. And for those of you who might have very large, more kind of complicated or lengthy proposals, right? And you might have other things like master services agreements or addendums, appendixes, all that. AI can help you with that. And I'll share as well, this is not legal advice or financial advice in any way. This is not meant to replace working with a lawyer if that's necessary. But I can tell you that we've seen many clients who no longer are having to spend as much as they would have before with lawyers, or taking as long as they would have to go through a whole process to review things, because they're using AI in a very effective way. So number 5 is leveraging AI in your proposals. Now, number 6 is for you to think about shifting your overall model from how you're doing right now, which might be a lot of one-to-one, to more of a one-to-many format. And that might be that you start offering more workshops, or it might be that you start providing programs that are more a kind of a cohort or group coaching basis. You might wonder, well, how do I apply that if I'm working with enterprises or large organizations? I'll give you one example. We have a client, kind of HR space, and they work with mid-sized to very large organizations in a very specific industry that they are experts at serving. And they've created an online kind of training program that is part of what they do. They also provide some custom work and larger productized offers that are done one-to-one. They have now a growing side of their business that is a one-to-many online cohort-based training program. And so every month or so, they bring in a new cohort. That cohort, they work with them during that period of time. And actually, it might not be every month. It might be every quarter they start, but I think it's every couple of months potentially. But that works extremely well for them, right? It's one to many. And so that is another great way for you to think about growing your revenue, building your business without having to hire a lot of additional people, because one to many, right, doesn't require as much as many people that you would need in your company. If every single one of those was a one-to-one engagement, you would need a lot more bandwidth, right, and more capacity to serve everyone individually. But if you're working as a group, or you're serving many people at one time, either from the same company or from different companies, that's a great way to use leverage. And then the seventh way for you to grow your business to significant levels without having to necessarily hire a lot of additional people is through partnerships and ecosystems. Imagine for a moment that right now, you have to kind of go one-to-one, doing your marketing, right, doing your sales. That takes energy, that takes effort. And let's imagine for a moment that you want to scale your impact. You want to be able to generate 2 to 3 times the amount of leads and business that you're currently generating today. If you're already kind of maxed out, or maybe your team is getting close to capacity or even at capacity, well, how do you do that? So there's many different ways, but one proven approach that many of our clients have seen great success with is to build partnerships and to create an ecosystem. And so think about who has access to your ideal clients. Maybe it is a technology company, maybe it's some other type of vendor, it's an association, it's an event, it's a complementary service provider, an accountant, a law firm or an office, right, a private equity firm. But the question to ask yourself is, who has access to my ideal clients that provides a complementary service, right? So you're not competing with them. You're both serving the same type of client. Now, if you can create relationships with these people where you refer or introduce people to them that aren't the right fit for you, or that you don't provide what they're looking for, but you know somebody that does, and they do the same for you. And if you set that up with 3, 4, 5, 6 different organizations or people, you've now created a whole new channel of potential business coming your way. And so instead of you having to go out and hire a new salesperson or business development person or marketing person to do this, right, you've created a channel where it's quite diversified and sustainable, and also there's some strong defense in there, because you're not just relying on one source. You have multiple sources, if you build this out the right way, right, of people sending you business and new leads, and therefore your business gets to grow at much lower cost compared to, let's say, doing paid advertising, but you have really high quality people coming your way. So if you're looking again to grow your business without having to hire more people, number 7, right, all about lead generation and attracting more high quality people into your world, then partnerships and building an ecosystem can work incredibly well. All right, I hope you found this video to be helpful, or the content that I'm sharing here with you be helpful. I would love to hear from you. What topics are you most interested in learning about? If there's a specific topic that you want me to dive into in an upcoming video or podcast here on our YouTube channel or on the Consulting Success Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast, you will find the Consulting Success Podcast. Just let me know in whatever platform you are getting this right now. Put a comment in. I would love to see that. And if you are looking to grow your consulting business and you want to learn how to do that in a way where you don't have to create overwhelm, anxiety, stress, you don't have to spin your wheels wondering, well, what will actually work? As part of our Clarity Coaching program, we've worked with over 1,000 consulting business owners, helping them by developing custom plans for their specific consulting business, and then coaching them, supporting them, training them to really help them to go from being consultants to being confident consulting business owners. So somewhere on this video, you will find a link that you can click on to schedule a call, or you can just go to consultingsuccess.com and click on the coaching link there. Get in touch, book a call. We'd be very happy to speak with you about your specific situation and share with you some ideas about how you can grow to that next level and how you can do it in a way that works for you and for your lifestyle.